So today I'm going to do a beachy scene open pour cup, and I'm going to have 3 cups for 3 different layers. So we'll have one layer which will be the sandy layer, so I'll have a bit of this 24 karat gold and a bit of this Liquitex copper and a little bit of this white, a little bit of this sort of light blue, and maybe a little bit of this sort of greeny colour for the sand. And then I'll have a middle cup which will have some of this cobalt blue, some of this dark deep sapphire blue, this blue topaz, a little bit of this green and a little bit of this turquoise, and some white and some light blue. And then a third cup I'm going to layer up, and it's going to be like a sky. So I'll have this very light blue, this white and this white, and this blue topaz, and maybe a touch of the blue cobalt, just, well, this is actually, yeah, deep sapphire, just to make it a bit more sky-like. So I'm going to layer up 3 separate cups with 3 different sets of colours, and pour them on. So I will turn the camera off while I mix them because it's not much fun to watch, and I will see you again in a minute when I've mixed these 3 cups up. Hello, I'm back again. So I have layered up my cups of paint, and this is a 30 centimetre by 30 centimetre square. I've tilted it slightly so that the paint can run down a little bit. If it's running down too much, I might just flatten it, but we'll see. So I am going to just put on a little bit of this bluish paint to start with, just to help it to run down that little bit. So this is a mixture of house paint, Amsterdam white, and a few different blues, just so that it's not just stark white, but you won't really see this anyway. This is just what I've put on just to help the paint to run down a little bit. And I've mixed my paints up so they're not too thin, so they won't run too much, hopefully. So my idea is to do a top section. I'm going to turn this around a little bit just so I can reach it. I've got those cups there. So I have this top section like a sky, and then a middle section that would be like sea colours, and then the bottom bit will be like beachy colours. That's the idea, in different cups. And I want to pour it on and just see how it's all looking, really. I did one before and I really liked it. You know, it's like one of my favourite ones, but I didn't have a sky section, and it was fine, but I think for perspective I just fancied having a bit of a kind of a sky section, so that was why I thought I'd do that. So these are my 3 different cups: sky, sea and sand. And then I've got a little one here. This has got some Amsterdam white and Floetrol and a little bit of, I want to call it sesame seed oil, but it's not that, silicone in there. And I'm going to put that between the sea layer and the beach layer. And I put a little bit of silicone in the sand layer as well. So I'm going to start pouring this. And I might, if it goes too fast, then I might have to lower. I might lower it, as otherwise I think it's going to just sink right down there. Before we know it, we'll have no room for the sea. But then it's a odd angle then to pour it actually. No, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to spin it round to me. So this is the sea layer, which at the moment is looking quite turquoisey. Yeah, I've definitely got enough paint, there's no doubt about that. And then this is the beachy layer. And then my little silicone, white silicone, I am just going to just sort of put over the bit that meets in the middle. So yeah, that's not looking too bad already. I'm gonna just go over this top edge a little bit. I will put some of this sandy colour on the corners because that just helps it go to the corners. I always struggle a little bit with that. But yeah, it's not looking too bad so far. This is my sky colour, just do that in the corners. Like I'm going to have an awful lot of paint on this canvas. I guess I should put a torch on it. But for perspective, it's looking alright, apart from the fact that it does look quite green. And I didn't particularly want the sea to look so green. It's looking good. So I need to stretch it out that little bit. I'll show you that for you to see. These colours are looking really nice. I like those colours. I need this to come up this way so that the sky can come over the edge a little bit. So I am going to tilt it that little bit because it does need to do that. I want to tilt it quite gently because I like the lines that there are. If it comes down to it, then I'll just not have the sky coming to the edge. I don't like it when it goes jagged. I might just help that sky a little bit with my stick. I suppose we do want it to look a little bit kind of cloud-like. So that might be fine. I can see that this is going to turn out to be not a very stretching pour, because I don't want to distort it too much from what I've already got here. I should have put little pins in the bottom of this canvas as well. That's something I didn't do. I should have done. Right, let's move it a little bit. See, the problem I have is that I always like it when I first pour it out, and then I don't want to distort it too much by moving it. I do realise that I have to move it. Get that little sand area just down a little bit. Quite like this to move down a bit as well. I think when you tilt it, it's really hard not to lose some bits that you really like, and that all the bits that you like are in different places. And I often find I just like all of them, and I don't want to lose any of them. Put some more sand colour on that corner. Corner. So let's have a look. Yeah, at the moment this bit's looking good. This bit doesn't look much like sea. So, but then I like the sand. I need that bit to come down a bit. So I'm going to do something different. I'm going to blow with my straw. That's a bit better. It's meant to be the sea, so there's no reason why it can't have some little bits of white in it like that. bit choppy. Right, yes, that's looking a bit more like sea. So these edges I need to tidy up a little bit, but to be honest I'm going to leave it like that because I like it. I've got what I wanted. I've got the sky, I've got the sea, and I've got the sand, and I think that I will just leave it like that, and then I'll tidy the edges. It's going to take a very long time to dry because that paint is ever so thick, but I will let you see that. Well, I'll bring you close up and then I'll let you see that in a day or so. Let's put a torch on it. Should have put pins in the bottom of this canvas before I started. There, so I will turn this camera off, tidy my edges, and then I will bring you down for a closer look. So here is this little seascape, and I am very happy with it. This is the sandy area in the sandy colours, and little kind of crashing waves coming onto the shore, and then we've got this sea area, and I'm happy with the way all those waves look. Some nice sort of rougher waves towards the top, and then the top area, which is to represent the sky. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. I'm looking forward to that when that is all dry. I think that'll be really nice. So it has turned out how I wanted. I'm happy with it. I particularly like all these lovely colours in this sand. I just think it's going to be really nice. All those little colours coming through with those cells. I just think there's some really interesting bits in there, and a different thing to just try to break it up with my straw a little bit there. So not a straightforward just pour, but you know, I'm learning like everybody, and you find your own kind of techniques, whatever works really, I guess. So I will let you see that in a few days after it is dry, but I'm very excited about it at the moment. I am very excited. I'm very happy with the way it looks. I might not be quite so happy when I'm trying to get it off of this kitchen roll that I've got on my turntable, because I think it's going to be well and truly stuck. It's my own fault I really should have put pins in the canvas before I started. So wish me luck and I will get this into a drying box and I'll see you soon. So it's now about 2 days since I did this painting, and it's still a little bit wet, but it is drying nicely. So you can see the shimmer from that gold and that blue topaz, which always comes out nice and shimmery, and the kind of shoreline sandy bit with those nice colours. And then the way all these colours swirl together. So I'm very happy with the way that it's turned out. I really like the painting. Again, all these lovely shimmery blue topaz bits. And it's interesting the way that the area that is like the sky, I put some dark deep sapphire and Payne's grey mixed together in there. It's nice that it's not too dark in that area. I wanted that to be lighter. So I'm really happy with this. I just think it's nice the way all the colours go together. And it is as I had hoped it would be. I haven't been brave enough to try to unstick it from the boxes that it's resting on at the moment. It still isn't dry and I'm not going to touch it because I don't want to spoil it. So I hope you enjoyed watching that video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.